You could just imagine the incredible disappointment amongst Hab fans right now after this incredible start, Marty. But now they find out Alex Newhook's gone 4 months. Kaiden Guhle's gone 8 to 10 more weeks. How big a hit is this on the Montreal Canadiens lineup right now?
It's pretty big, Gino, because you think of the Montreal Canadiens, it's been a first line production and Newhook or Demidov that has been helping out. And now they're not going to have that depth. And Newhook was having the best start to a season in his career. So losing him for 4 months is going to be huge when you think about the depth of scoring that the Canadiens already don't have. And it should help them, in the future if they can get that. Now for Guhle, I mean, just look at defensively. The last couple of games, they've given up 12 goals. It hasn't been the same in front of Samuel Montembeault and Jakub Dobeš since Guhle has been out. And only that, Lane Hutson is losing his partner. So Hudson is going to be without a partner for 8 to 10 weeks. That is going to be tough. So, yeah, those two losses are huge for the Montreal Canadiens.
I don't think anybody really expected the Montreal Canadiens to hang out a top spot in the Atlantic, but we also were pretty certain they were making the playoffs. So where do they actually land? Where do they fit in the Atlantic Division now moving forward?
Well, when you see teams like Boston and Philadelphia and Pittsburgh taking a step forward, I'm a little worried for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, they had a great start to the season, but you know what? They only have five actually regulation wins, and you're looking at it and you say there's 21 other teams that have more regulation wins than the Montreal Canadiens. That's not good. So yeah, and the goaltending, especially of Samuel Montembeault, has not been at the level where it was last year when they made a run and they got into the playoffs. So yeah, I think that it's been a great start, and Marty St. Louis pushed a lot of really good buttons to get him there. But for me, this is not a team that has been outplaying the opponents, that have been pushing out of the rink. They've been winning, but by close margins, and often close margins come back to haunt you later in the year.
To hear Suzuki and St. Louis after last night's game, it almost seems like these guys are losing grip. They're losing confidence in themselves right now. You've been in NHL dressing rooms before where things start to slide on you. How does St. Louis stop the slide before they find themselves in a real tailspin?
Well, I think the number one thing you do when things don't go well is you focus on the defensive play. And that has been a struggle for the Montreal Canadiens over the last couple of years. The goaltending has bailed them out, but now you're not getting the same saves. You got to limit the scoring chances. You got to limit the high danger chances. All the circling that other teams are doing in your zone, eventually you give up way too much and you end up losing either a lead or you're down 2 or 3 goals early in the game. So that is where Marty St. Louis, I think, has to focus. He's missing a few of his top guys. You already had some guys on the sideline before the Newhook and Guhle, updates. So now you're going to have to really zone in on your defensive game and hope that you can squeak in with 2-1s or 3-2 wins. You're not going to win games 6-5 and 7-6 in the National Hockey League.
After a great start for the Habs this season, now they got to figure out a way to stop the slide.